Hello and welcome back to Func. My name's Colby Hawk.
And I'm Brady West. Thanks for tuning in. With spring break drawing near, midterms are almost here. How do you feel about yours coming up?
Well, you know, it's an interesting thing actually, because I don't have any traditional midterms, but I do have a midterm presentation for my museums and monuments history class. So basically, we're just going to go over like what we've been doing with our internships up to this point. So for me, I've been doing some hands-on research work over at one of the old airfields. Actually, it used to be the Donaldson Army Air Base.
Really?
So I'm like doing some history, learning about the architecture and design of those buildings. So going through a lot of blueprints, to say the least. But yeah, it'll be cool, and there should be some pretty cool display work and exhibits coming up. So that midterm is going to be a good report, a status update, if you will, on how that's going. Now, Brady, how about you? Do you have any good or bad midterms coming up?
I have several heavy hitters. While I do have one take-home accounting exam, the rest of them are in person. And well, midterm, first year writing really doesn't happen, so you can scratch that one off. But I have a accounting Japanese level 2 and a comm midterm all in person coming up. So it'll be tough, but I'll survive. I'll make it.
Now, because I did Japanese before, right? I know that the kanji are one of the big tough things. Are you ready for that?
I actually prefer using kanji over some hiragana sometimes because I don't like all the special spellings and whatnot. Okay. Like the counters and what, like the counters.
I do.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
about.
Yes,
I do. Yeah, see, the kanji, there's just so many of them. You know that, right? There's like thousands of them. You're never going to know all of them. It's crazy. But hopefully, your Japanese will go well. I guess you could say ganbare, right?
Yeah.
So, best of luck.
Daijoubu desu.
This past week, we celebrated the 200th birthday on campus. There were many events happening around campus, including the grand reveal of a time capsule. Other events included making your own time capsule, sponsored by FUSAB, as well as an opening convocation ceremony for students, faculty, and staff to attend. The convocation included many speeches to share about Furman's history. Let's take a look.
Faculty, administration, alumni, and friends gather in this very spot to celebrate Founders Day with the capstone event of burying a time capsule to be opened in Furman's Bicentennial. And now I would like to introduce Greg Hazelden.
Thank you, Gwen, and good afternoon, everybody. The theme for the 1993 Founders Day was building a strong foundation. We, members of the Student Alumni Council, pledge our support for the future of Furman University as a distinguished institution of higher learning. For these reasons, we conceived of this time capsule in an attempt to eternalize a moment of her history for others to enjoy and from which they may learn.
What a remarkable day this has been. In May of 1992, the university officially separated from the South Carolina Baptist Convention. We believe our new status will protect and enhance the academic freedom that is vital to genuine scholarship. Furman has chosen courage for 200 years. Now it's our turn. Let's make President Johns proud. Thank you.
My name is Hannah Butlak, and I am one of the Furman Student Government Senior Class Representatives. As students, we're so privileged to attend the Furman that we know today with all of the growth and challenges that had to occur to get us here. Our students in this class, they don't just honor the past, they imagine the future, and we're actively shaping the present that they depend on.
My name is Carly Steele, and I'm honored to have served as Student Alumni Council's Vice President of Homecoming this year. Furman's history is still unfolding, still being written by the students who walk this campus today, and by those who will walk it tomorrow. And someday, 25 years from now, another group of Furman students will stand where we stand today. They will open what we leave behind and ask the same questions we are asking now. So today, as we look ahead and prepare to bury a new time capsule, we do so with gratitude, with excitement, and with confidence in the future of Furman. So happy Bicentennial, Furman. Here's to the next century and to the generations who will carry this legacy onward. Thank you.
So, Brady, the Bicentennial was a pretty big turnout, right? I mean, it was a big event. Lots of people coming in. What did you do for your Bicentennial Day?
Well, me and my friends, of course, did what anyone did. We went to the CLP and we went to the time capsule opening. It was a great time, had a lot of fun, and just looked at some of Furman's history. One of my friends even bought the $80 book about the 200 years of Furman's history. So that was nice. We looked through it, had some very interesting facts, must say. We saw all the different historical figures from Furman's history, like things that are named after, like Gear Hall and Manley Hall. They're named after specific people who had a major impact on Furman. So it was just very interesting to look at.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of legacy here at Furman, and it dates back farther than a lot of people really think about it. With just, you know, this campus is the new campus, right? But the old campus, there's a lot of history downtown as well. So yeah, actually my professor for my history class this semester, Dr. Tolson, was in charge of that book. So she's been telling us a lot about it and getting to see that effort and kind of understand what was put into that a little bit more. That CLP was definitely worth it. I did not pick up a copy of the book, but I did get to look through it in one of my classes. One of my professors grabbed a copy. So really great photos. A lot of them I've never seen. I think that was actually part of what they were trying to do, is pick a lot of photos that a lot of students and faculty and everybody just have not seen before. So pretty cool. But I will say though, star of the show for me was the unveiling of the time capsule. Now, mind you, it was already open because they had everything in a casket. I think it was like a child-sized casket.
And
apparently.
it looked like a body, didn't it?
Yeah, they didn't want to roll the dice. So they opened it and then they found all the stuff inside. And apparently like that casket was donated by like a local funeral home or something back in the 90s. So.
Definitely not concerning at all.
No, but yeah, they did a pretty interesting job on that, and pretty cool artifacts. If you haven't seen that, you should definitely go take a look at the library.
Is it still in the library?
It is.
Awesome. Is it going to stay there?
Yes, for a while. I think that they're going to be doing a rotating exhibit on the Bicentennial for the rest of this academic year.
Okay, that'll be nice. Definitely check it out.
Yeah. Well, with that in mind, let's take a look at the weather forecast for this week. Today is sunny with a high of 67 degrees, a low of 38. Tomorrow, you can expect similar weather, but with partially cloudy skies and a high of 69 and a low of 50. It seems like the weather is finally starting to warm up. Then lastly, on Wednesday, you can expect a high of 67 degrees, a low of 57 with cloudy skies. That's it for this weather, and make sure to take advantage of the warm weather this week.
Today's word of the day is prerogative. Prerogative is a word that means right or privilege, and especially refers to a special right or privilege that some people have. It can be used in the context of sentences such as, if you'd rather sell the tickets than use them, that's your prerogative. Or, education was once only the prerogative of the wealthy.
In sporting news, your Furman basketball team suffered a difficult loss on the road against the Mercer Bears last Wednesday by a score of 69-64. The Dens were led by the three-headed monster of Asa Thomas, Charles Johnston, and Cooper Bowser, putting up 14, 11, and 11 points respectively. Nonetheless, the Paladins' defeat stemmed from their inability to keep the Bears off of the free throw line. Mercer had 21 attempts compared to Furman's measly 13, with the Bears sinking 18 from the charity stripe. On a better note, the Dens bounced back on Saturday against VMI, defeating the Cadets 90-72. Asa Thomas' 25 points led the charge for the Paladins, and the team's dominance on the defensive glass certainly contributed to a much-needed victory. Furman retakes the court on Wednesday in a much-anticipated rematch against ETSU. Roll Dens!
Additionally, your women's basketball team has been making strides towards a regular season SoCon championship. Led by Claire Coyle's 25 points and 9 rebounds, the Dens defeated UNCG on Saturday, moving them firmly into second place in the SoCon. At the end of the day, this one came down to the Paladins making a crucial defensive stand on UNCG's last offensive possession, and as a result, Furman emerged victorious. The Dens retake the court at home on Thursday evening against the 11-16 Samford Bulldogs. Roll Dens! Additionally, spring training has started in the MLB, so stay tuned for updates as we head towards the start of the MLB season. That's all for sports.
There are some very interesting CLPs coming up, so let's take a look at some of them. On Tuesday at 5 p.m. in Johns Hall 101, there's a seminar titled Gen Z and the Future of American Politics. This will be a panel discussion examining the role of Gen Z in contemporary American politics.
Wednesday through Sunday, be sure to check out The Importance of Being Earnest, a play from the theater department. All of their productions of this show are at 7:30 exactly, except Sunday, where it will be held at 2 p.m. All of these shows will be held in the Theater Playhouse main theater. For more details on these events and more coming soon, be sure to check out the CLP calendar at furman.edu.
Today's quote comes from Confucius. It goes as follows: "Education breeds confidence. Confidence breeds hope. Hope breeds peace." When you're learning something new or reestablishing what you already have, it isn't just about knowledge, but it's an entire life lived with that knowledge. Keep learning what will bring you peace.
And with that, that's it for today's show. If you have any questions, comments, or stories, be sure to contact us at can'tstopthefunk@gmail.com. I'm Brady West.
And I'm Colby Hawk. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.